Here's problem 318. Each of two vectors d1 and d2 lies along a coordinate axis in the xy plane. Each vector has a tail at the origin, and the dot product of the two vectors d1 dot d2 is equal to negative magnitude d1 magnitude d2. Which possibility is correct? By definition, the dot product between two vectors like this should be equal to the magnitude of the first vector times the magnitude of the second vector times the cosine of the angle between them. So I would write this d1, d2 cosine theta. In this case, we're told that's it's actually equal to negative magnitude 1 magnitude 2, like this. So that should be equal to d1, d2 cosine theta. Well, if we divide both sides by d1, get rid of those, and divide both sides by d2, get rid of that, we basically are going to come up with that the cosine of theta is equal to negative 1 between these two vectors. In other words, theta better be 180 degrees in order for this to happen. The two vectors are going to be found in exactly opposite directions. So we should have a d1 going one way, a d2 going the other way, and an angle of 180 degrees between them. So let's look at our possibilities. d1 and d2 both lie along the positive x-axis. Not going to work because they'll be with a 0-degree angle between them as they're parallel. B, d1 lies along the positive x-axis, d2 lies along the negative x-axis. That actually is going to work. They're 180 degrees opposite. That is going to work. So we're going to keep that as a possibility. Let's look at the other ones. d1 and d2 both lie along the positive y-axis. Not going to work. 0 degrees between them. We need 180 degrees. d1 lies along the negative x-axis. d2 lies along the negative y-axis. 90-degree angle between the two. Not 180 degrees. Not going to work. E, d1 lies along the positive x-axis, d2 lies along the negative y-axis. That would work. So we have a positive x-axis, negative y-axis. There'd be 180 degrees between the two. That would actually work. Because the way that would look is we'd have a d1 going like this, and a d2 going like this, with a 180 degrees between them. Dot product would be a negative d1, d2. Cosine of 180 degrees is the negative 1. So that actually is going to work. So we actually have two answers for this one that would work, B and E.